Hey guys, in this video we're going to be starting our target B and being able to construct and interpret a two-way frequency table. So 5B.1 master learning objective is being able to calculate simple and compound probability by interpreting a two-way frequency table. So what is a two-way frequency table? It's basically two things are, the information can be categorized with two different things. So for example, looking at our first scenario here, it says that we have the students in a seaside school are to have swimming lessons if they cannot swim. The table to the right gives the information about the students in grades 7, 8, and 9. So as you can see, two-way frequency table, what are the categories? Well, I have different grade levels, 7, 8, and 9. And I'm also comparing the people that can swim and cannot swim. So when we get to that first question, when it's asking us to complete the table, what's nice is that everything on that two-way frequency table is just simple adding, right? So looking at this first category, if I'm looking at people that are in 7th grade, all I have to do is add, right, this direction, right? So what's 120 plus 60? That's going to give me a total of 180. Again, if you need to add when you're doing your calculator, you may do so. I'm going to keep doing my rows here. So my 8th graders, I'm going to add the people that can swim and cannot swim. So 168 plus 11 would be 179. All right. Lastly, I have my 8th or 9th graders, and I want to add 172 plus 3. So that's going to give me a total of 175. Okay, so from there, I want to also add all of my columns of the people that can swim. So when I am adding people that can swim, I'm going to be combining the people that are in 7th grade, the people that are in 8th grade, and the people that are in 9th grade. So when I add 120 plus 168 plus 172, I'm going to get a total of 460. I'm also going to be doing the same thing for the people that cannot swim. So I'm going to add 60 plus 11 plus 3, and then it's going to give me a total of 74. Now, the last box that we have to fill in is the grand total of all of the students, right? So the number that I add, 180 plus 78 plus 175. If I were to add those all together, I get 534. That's the same number if you were to add 460 plus 74. This still adds up to 534. So do not double add, and then you end up adding 534 for 534. This is the grand total. And that's also another way that you should check your work, because if this three numbers and these however many columns there are don't add up to the same thing, then obviously something was calculated wrong. Alright, so that bottom number is just a total of either that column or that row. Alright, so now that we have this table, let's go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and just erase some of the plus signs. It kind of looks a little crazy here. Just so that we can see only just the numbers. A little bit easier to comprehend. Alright, so now, first, we already completed the table. Number 2, it says the probability of the people that cannot swim. So the way that we're going to write this is going to be, well, looking at the people that cannot swim. What are the people that cannot swim? I have my 74 right here. So I'm going to have 74 people, and just so that for the first couple of examples you see where I'm getting these numbers, this is for the people that cannot swim. Over my 534 total people, right? How many people can't swim? Well, I have 74 out of 534, and we always want to simplify that. So if you look at our calculator, if you divide 74 divided by 534, our simplified fraction is going to be 37 over 267. Alright, so now we're going to kind of keep moving along. What is the probability of being an 8th grader? Well, 8th grader here, I have my total which is right here. So that total there is going to be 179 eighth graders over the total number of people. So that's still our 534, which is our total. When you simplify 179 divided by 534, that does not simplify to anything any smaller. So that's just your answer. 179 over 534 is the probability. Going on to our next example here, just so that we can see here. Number 5, the probability of a 9th grader and can swim. So this is the difference. When I see the word and, I have to look for wherever 9th graders meets the people that cannot swim. So if I look here, how many of my 9th graders can swim? So here's my 9th grade. I have to figure out where the column is of the people that can swim, because that was what I'm trying to find. And where do those two columns and rows meet? Right here at 172. So those are the people that are in 9th grade and can swim. So this is going to be 172 9th graders and can swim. Now that's still going to be out of our same total though of 534 total. And if we were to simplify this in our calculator, we do get an answer of 86 over 267. Alright, so that's the biggest thing, is when you see that and, you have to figure out where those two categories meet each other. Alright, so number 4. We want the probability of being in 7th grade and cannot swim. Alright, so we need to look where 7th grade and cannot swim meets. So my 7th graders, I know, is in this row. The people that cannot swim is this column. So how many people are in 7th grade and cannot swim? I have a total of 60. Let's see. So this is going to be 60. 7th graders and cannot swim. All over still that total of 534. Running out of room here. So this is going to equal my 10 over 89 if you were to plug that into your calculator. Alright, next one. Finding the probability of an 8th grader or a 9th grader. So now I have to look at the total of being in an 8th grade class. So 8th grade is going to be a total of 179. I see that over here. And then the total of being in a 9th grader is 175. So when I write my probability out for this one, I'm going to go ahead and draw my little line, separate problem. I have 179 8th graders out of my total, which would be 534. This word or means add. And how many 9th graders did I have in total? That would be 175 9th graders. And that is still out of my 534 total. So when I add these two, again, using your calculator, you get a simplified fraction of 59 over 89. Last example here is number 7. And the probability of a 7th grader that can swim or an 8th grader that can swim. So looking here at our chart, I want to look for the people that are in 7th grade that can swim. So 7th graders that can swim are going to give me 120, right? 7th graders that can swim, so 120 over 534. And then how many 8th graders can swim? So I'm looking at 8th graders that can also swim, and that's going to be a number of 168. So that's where I'm grabbing these two numbers to add in example number 7. So for my 7th graders that can swim, that was 120 over our total of 534. Hopefully you remember 4 still means add. And then how many 8th graders that can swim? That was our 168 over our 534. Now when we add these and simplify our fraction, we get a simplified fraction of 48 over 89. Alright, that brings us to the end of this video. Go ahead and work on activity 5B1. Good luck!